that description, I'm detaining you for a stop search under section 1 of PACE, okay?
Really?
Based on the fact that that sort of equipment, okay?
So what's your reasonable grounds?
My grounds are...
That I'm wearing a balaclava, which isn't a balaclava.
Okay, you match the description, you are covered in your face, okay? So
it's cold.
We're looking at offence.
Welcome back to Operation Audit, the channel dedicated to exposing police misconduct and promoting accountability whenever public officials overstep their authority. Today's footage comes from Free Time's Audits, and you'll find a link to their channel in the description below. In this encounter, an auditor is standing on a public road outside a police station taking photographs when officers decide to stop him, place him in handcuffs, and carry out a search. Before long, 6 officers are on the scene, yet despite all of that, they fail to find a single thing. As the situation unravels, one officer even attempts to justify the stop by suggesting terrorism, only for that claim to collapse almost immediately. This is a remarkable example of officers struggling to understand the very powers they're trying to enforce, using handcuffs without proper justification, and making serious allegations that simply don't stand up to scrutiny. The way this encounter unfolds is something you won't want to miss, so let's get straight into the footage.
Here we go. All I was, you've just ruined my shot.
Oh, sorry. What's your name? Sorry. I'm PC Cartwright.
Oh, hello, PC Cartwright.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you doing here today?
What does it look like?
Well, I can see you standing here filming.
Right then.
Is that all you're doing? What is it you're filming today?
Well, the minute, them.
Him? Just
No, not him. The gatehouse.
Oh, the gatehouse.
Yeah, because I was just walking up and down taking pictures.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping to get a police car with the blue lights coming out.
Yeah.
I've got that now, but you spoilt my shot anyway.
Okay.
And the gentleman come out and committed a public 5, section 5 public order offence.
Okay, what happened?
He said I'm not allowed to film.
Yeah.
And I explained to him I'm on a public road, so I can film.
Yeah.
And he called me an effing idiot, and it's all on film.
Right, okay. The gentleman in the...
Yeah, he had a security coat on with a big beard.
Right, okay. And you've got that on film?
I have, yeah.
Okay. What, are you wanting us to do anything about that? Were you planning on reporting it, or...?
I've just reported it to you, haven't I?
Right, okay. Were you planning on reporting it? Sorry.
From the very beginning, there's something important you need to notice. Before the officer starts questioning him, the auditor explains that he's actually trying to report an incident. According to him, a security guard came outside and called him an offensive name simply because he was filming. He says the remark was captured on camera and describes it as a Section 5 public order offense involving abusive language likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. At this stage, the auditor is presenting himself as the person reporting what he believes to be a crime. Keep that in mind, because less than a minute later, the focus shifts completely, and he's the one being placed in handcuffs instead. As for the security guard, just wait until you see how that part of the story unfolds. The contrast in how each person is treated is difficult to ignore.
Yeah, well, I only hung around because he said he was going to phone the police.
Right, okay.
So, obviously, I waited for the police.
Right, okay.
Took you a while though, the station's only there, isn't it?
Okay, well, I've just come from quite a long way.
They haven't, have they? Can you identify yourself, please?
604. Okay, right. At the moment, obviously, I'll deal with what you've just reported to me. Okay,
yep.
We'll take that into consideration. But we've had a report before anything of that has come through that there's been a male walking around with a balaclava on. Okay?
It's not a balaclava.
Okay, that's the report we've had. Okay,
right.
Because you are matching that description.
Yep.
I'm detaining you for a stop search under section 1 of PACE. Okay.
Really?
Based on the fact that that sort of equipment. Okay.
So what's your reasonable grounds?
My grounds are
that I'm wearing a balaclava, which isn't a balaclava.
Okay, you match the description. You are covered in your face, okay? So
it's cold.
We're looking at offences such as theft, going equipped, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That sort of equipment can be used for that. Okay.
Right. So what are you looking for then, particularly?
So any further equipment that could be used in the course of conducting an offence such as theft or going equipped. Okay.
All right.
So
the officer explains that they received a report about someone wearing a balaclava. The auditor does have a face covering on, but it's a cold day, and she immediately treats that as enough reason to detain him under Section 1 of PACE. This is where the encounter takes a serious turn. The narrator argues that the officer has misunderstood the legal threshold for using those search powers. Under Section 1 of PACE, an officer must have reasonable grounds to suspect that a person is carrying stolen property or certain items connected to crime. The standard is reasonable suspicion based on specific objective facts, not simply because someone is covering their face or because a caller provided a broad description. Wearing a face covering in cold weather while openly recording in public does not by itself establish that level of suspicion. Even so, instead of building a clear legal basis for the stop, the officer moves straight into detaining him, apparently expecting the auditor to accept the decision without challenge.
Because
You do realise you'll get a civil claim over this?
Okay, that's fine,
Yeah.
yeah. Right, because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs because you're an unknown risk to me, okay? So
Right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
You can have cuffs on by anybody.
Yeah.
If you want the male to search, we'll arrange a male to search.
We've got a male on the way, okay? So I'll wait for him to come and search you, so that's fine.
Yep.
Okay. So as I said, the search is under Section 1 of PACE. I'm looking for any equipment that can be used in the course of theft or going equipped. NPC 35-7 Catherine Cartwright from the station. You're entitled to a copy of the search record if you want, okay? You've got up to
Yep.
3 months, that's fine.
I notice you've all got the thin blue line on, the gang badge.
Yeah, I'm just going to put my mask on.
Yep,
so
you
I'm
just
quite
agreed
close
to it then, yeah.
Thank you. Right, okay, we've got an officer on the...
Pay close attention when the handcuffs come out, because this is where the situation becomes even more controversial. The officer explains her decision by saying she's a relatively small female officer, he's much larger, and because he's an unknown risk to her, she's going to handcuff him. That choice of words matters. She doesn't describe him as aggressive, threatening, or violent. She simply says he's unknown. The narrator argues that under PACE Code A, using handcuffs during a search should be supported by clear, objective reasons to believe there's a real risk of violence or an attempt to escape based on the person's actions, not merely because the officer doesn't know them. Throughout this exchange, the auditor remains calm, stays where he is, cooperates with instructions, and even offers to make the search easier by allowing the officers to check his pockets properly. From the narrator's perspective, the handcuffs appear less about responding to the auditor's behavior and more about maintaining control after a stop that already seems difficult to justify. Rather than being a necessary safety measure, they come across as an attempt to keep the situation from slipping away.
way. Sorry.
What are you doing holding the handcuffs?
I'm just doing like that, holding your handcuff. Let me give it an explanation.
Well, it does. Look at your nails, you nearly scratched me with them.
Handcuffs can be used as a weapon, can't they?
Can they?
So if
What,
you
when I'm in handcuffs?
Yes.
I can assure you now I'm going to cooperate. I don't agree to the search and I don't consent to the search, I'll make that
You
clear.
don't have to
Agree
consent.
to it, okay? I've detained you in Section 1 PACE, you don't have to agree to it. It's
Yeah,
not
no.
a voluntary thing, okay? Right, will you want a copy of the stop search record?
Yes, I will.
Sorry, can you hold them for
Yeah,
me while
yeah.
I just... Sorry.
Honestly, I'm not going to try and break out.
Yeah, but as
I'm
you
not
can
gonna get
imagine,
far, am I?
A lot of people say the same thing, don't they? A lot of people say they're going to
Oh,
cooperate and
okay,
don't.
we've got a nail officer here.
Yeah, let's do the search. That's from male officer.
What's the
Section 1 of PACE for possible going equipped.
Being in a
theft
public
offences.
place with a face covering,
okay.
that's the offence.
Right. What's your name, sorry, just so I can...
I don't give my name.
Okay. So I need it to complete the form, and also if you want to process your complaint about the public order thing, I'll need your details anyway.
Right. You can just call me FT.
FT, okay. I'm
Yeah.
going to need more than that if you want
No,
me
no.
to deal with that complaint.
No.
Because I can't deal with that. if
So you
don't
don't want to
give me
make a
details.
complaint about the Section 5 public order offence? Because you would need to give your details as a victim.
Alright, so if there's a murder and the person's dead, how do they make a complaint? Do they give their name? I don't think so.
That's quite a different situation.
Is it?
And we generally identify...
Right, we're getting on with this search. We've got better things to do than stand here talking around to you
Well, you
muppets.
didn't have much better things to do because you were
Did you have
standing here
to-
filming, weren't
Do you
you?
have the grounds to search, explain to you and everything?
Well, yeah, apparently they're looking for, what is it you're looking for? Crowbars?
That can be used in the identity
So,
going equipped.
Wow.
been detained in section 1 of PACE, then PC 3096, I'm policing from here, this police station here, Clyde police station.
Congratulations.
So, been offered a copy of the search record?
I have been offered a copy of the search. You don't need my name for that though.
Alright.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Just going to give you a quick search now.
Yeah.
Just like my colleagues explained.
There's a glove in that pocket. You just put it on the floor if you want, it's fine.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to leave it on the floor, it's right.
Is it in the way of her?
The gloves anyway, honestly I don't mind the gloves going on the floor.
You sure?
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, make yourself useful. Stood around like a wet lemon.
Just a glove in here as well, is it?
Yeah.
Take it you've not got anything.
Oh, look, the aeroplane. Oh, I can't even zoom now. Is it what they call that? The guppy? Is it the guppy? That aeroplane over there. It's
Beluga in it.
beluga. Don't see them every day. I can't even zoom in now.
Just need to
Yep.
unzip your coat.
Yep.
Just so I can see any inside pockets. or
Yeah,
anything.
there's one there. Yeah. It's just you know, dog poo bags in there. I think. There's no dog poo in them. Don't worry.
I've probably got dog poo bags in every pocket of every coat that I own. So these aren't pockets.
No, it's just one there. It's got like a zip on the top and a zip on the side. You can open it at the side and have a good look in if you want. Is it?
Oh, is that the same pocket?
Yeah, it's the same pocket. It just makes it easier. If you want, you can take them away and give them a good inspection.
No, I'm just.
I've got plenty more at home.
Put them back in here. Okay.
And I've not stolen them.
Sorry, what's
Them dog poo bags, I've not stolen them.
Right, okay.
So I'm going in my pocket. Just car keys.
After 6 officers become involved, the only thing they end up finding is a few dog waste bags. That outcome is more significant than it might seem at first. Once the search is over and no prohibited or suspicious items are discovered, the entire basis for the stop comes under even greater scrutiny. From the narrator's perspective, the suspicions that led to the detention haven't been supported by the evidence, raising serious questions about whether the stop, the use of handcuffs, and the overall approach were justified in the first place. In a situation like this, many would expect a professional officer to recognize that nothing has been found, draw the encounter to a close, and move on. Instead, what happens next takes the interaction in a very different direction.
Thank you. Is it just boxed underneath there? You're not wearing another pair of trousers?
No. I'll drop them if you want.
Be surprised how many pairs of trousers people wear.
Well, it is cold, isn't it?
It is a bit cold.
Yeah, that's why I've got a face covering. Just £40 and two £20 notes.
Is that just loose, is it?
Yeah, it's just loose.
I've got one in my bag. Beth's just getting it now.
Perhaps that on your camera, just so we could
Yeah.
show that your two £20 notes go in this
Yeah,
bag just for the time.
that's fine.
Oh, cancel that. It's alright, someone else has got one.
Can you go and have a word with him though for the public order offence?
Are you wanting to make a complaint about that? I can go and just give him words of advice. if
Words
that's
of
what you
advice will
want.
do, yeah? Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And will you just let him know that I'm going to be continuing to film?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let him
Yeah?
know.
And I've got every right to do so?
No pockets on your thing under
I don't know, you know. I think there's just that. You can have a good look. I think there's just that one. There's nothing on my jumper.
Okay. Do that.
I'll do that up in a minute, you're right.
Happy? Yeah. It's the top cuff's going to come off first.
Shouldn't have been put on really, should it?
When you're detained for a search, it's the officer's choice whether to put you in handcuffs, but we are legally allowed to do so.
We'll see. So you can witness the markings on my hand?
Yep.
I'll go towards the... Thank you. One, two, three, 4 police cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers.
Think back to the security guard from the beginning of the encounter, the person the auditor says was caught on camera using abusive language. Once the search is over, the auditor asks what action will be taken regarding that complaint. The officer replies that the security guard will simply be given words of advice. The narrator highlights the contrast that follows. On one side, the individual reporting what he believes to be an offense is stopped, handcuffed, searched by 6 officers, and even faces a suggestion of terrorism. On the other, the person accused of using abusive language is dealt with through nothing more than informal advice. Whether viewers agree or disagree with that comparison, it's this difference in how the two situations are handled that becomes the central point of criticism. The encounter leaves the impression that the person recording the authorities received the most forceful response, while the complaint he originally raised was treated far more lightly.
We all constables, no detectives here, is there? No inspectors. Couldn't detect anything, could they? What I might do later, I might just film all these registrations in here as well. Alright. I'll probably just put them on the internet.
What are you going to do that for?
What?
What are you going to do that for?
Because I like taking videos and putting them on the internet.
People's registrations of the vehicle.
It's not illegal though, is it?
You can film wherever you want.
Exactly. Which one's your car?
I don't have to say that.
How much extra do you get a day then for a taser?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Actually, no.
Nothing at all?
No.
I thought you got like a little 50p a day extra or something like that.
You're misinformed.
No? So why'd you wear the thin blue line badge then? Part of the gang? Do you know more people, the public, have died in police custody in the last 30 years than police officers have died on active duty in the last 100 years? Where's your badge for that? Silence. Feel proud today, done a good job today. Go home and tell the children.
I advise you that your actions could be construed as hostile reconnaissance towards terrorism.
What? I just said you've done a good job today.
Police personal vehicles.
Hostile.
For the purpose of putting them on
Terrorism.
for whatever reason that might
Oh,
be.
go on, keep digging that hole.
It's hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences.
Hostile. If I was hostile reconnaissance, I wouldn't be overt, would I?
No,
I'd be
you don't understand
covert.
what hostile reconnaissance means. It's all right.
You're allowed to do reconnaissance.
You're not
If I wanted to, I could map all this ground.
It could be construed as committing hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences. I'm just
Right.
making you aware
Right,
of
okay,
that.
let me make you aware of this. If you think I'm a terrorist, you should leave me alone and contact the anti-terrorism squad. Because if you thought I was a terrorist, you wouldn't all come up to me like this, would you?
What I said was, your actions can be construed as hostile reconnaissance.
I've had enough of you now,
terrorism
off you pop.
offences.
Not talking to you anymore, talk rubbish.
We can be here just as much as you can be here.
Oh, yeah, I know you can. But I can tell you to off your pop. Anybody filming?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you're supposed to tell me at the first available opportunity.
Am I?
As part of your policy. You don't even know your own policy. Oh, dear, dear, dear. You've been alright, mate. You've been sound.
Thanks.
Take a look at the scene for a moment. 6 police officers have gathered around one man whose only activity is taking photographs from a public road. The auditor asks whether any supervisors, inspectors, or detectives are available to review what's happening. He's told there aren't, only constables are present. The narrator argues that this lack of senior oversight is significant because there's no one on scene with the authority to step back, assess the bigger picture, and question whether the response is actually proportionate. Instead, multiple officers remain focused on a single photographer while the encounter continues to escalate. The image of 6 officers committed to one individual is striking in itself. And it inevitably raises questions about whether those resources could have been better used dealing with more pressing incidents elsewhere. There's another moment here that's easy to overlook if you're not paying close attention. The auditor notices the thin blue line badges being worn by the officers, and then makes a striking observation. He states that over the past 30 years, more members of the public have died in police custody than police officers have lost their lives while on active duty over the last century. After making that point, nobody at the scene responds. No one attempts to dispute the statement or challenge what he's said, and the conversation briefly falls silent. The narrator highlights that silence as a significant part of the encounter, suggesting it speaks just as loudly as any verbal reply could have. The auditor then asks a straightforward question: are any of the officers recording with their body-worn cameras? Although they are, he isn't told at that point. The narrator argues that guidance from the College of Policing, along with individual force policies, expects officers to make people aware that body-worn video is in use at the earliest practical opportunity. According to the narration, that expectation is tied to data protection principles, so members of the public know when their interactions are being recorded. From the narrator's perspective, the officers fail to follow that basic procedure, despite several of them being present throughout the encounter. That makes the situation even more difficult to defend, especially when the same officers are insisting that the auditor should be following the law.
Can you just inform him that if he swears at me again, I will press charges?
I'm watching too much American TV, you don't press charges.
Alright, then I'll file a claim.
Do you want your coffee?
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Right, he's having a word with him, okay? And we'll leave you to it. But
Should have left me to it in the first place.
no, we had grounds for Scott to speak to you instead.
I don't think you did.
Okay, that's fine. Be mindful of what my colleagues just said to you, okay?
What, that I'm a terrorist? If you thought I was a terrorist, you should act on it now. Off your pop. Off your pop. Off your pop. See you later.
Alright, so you stand here all day.
Alright, cool.
Alright, thank you very much. New book. Is that mine?
Yeah, there you go.
Right, is that on tomorrow then?
Yeah, see? Knew you'd leave first.
I'll bid you.
Wait, where are you going to the shop to buy some polish for your boots? Not seen a bit of polish in years then.